Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. Okay, Sag, this is going to be your reading. As always, keep in mind, this is a general reading. It might not resonate with everyone that watches. If this doesn't feel like your energy, it could be energy that's being projected towards you from people around you. These are just the themes of the week, so take it as it resonates for you. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. All right, let's get into it. First of all, you guys might have some kind of a windfall. If you go back and look over your budget, you may find money hiding in a place that you didn't think you had it. Maybe a bill will be delayed. Maybe you'll find something that you had. It may have to do with an inheritance, a property, an estate, a will. Because the eighth house is coming out here with Venus retrograde, financial review, restructure capital, renegotiate contracts, review investments, and refinance if needed this week. So do a really good money review, okay? Restructuring, renegotiating, reviewing, refinancing, all of it if it's necessary, okay? Your Venus account will thank you for that, okay? Because you want to be able to have enough resources to place value on what's most important to you at this time. You will be able to do that if you do a good, honest review of money going in, coming in and going out. But then also it was immediately followed by jackpot, an inheritance, pregnancy, or a gift is coming your way. Welcome this new abundance into your life. So you may hit some kind of a jackpot this week as well. You may stumble upon something quite unexpectedly, and it may only come if you do a financial review. But with or without the review, you may have a bit of financial luck this week, or a resource will become available. It will feel like abundance to you. It will feel like a gift. It might also be an idea, though. Maybe there was an idea because this pregnancy card word, it might be a literal pregnancy, but like there might have been a baby that you wanted to create and hatch of some kind. It could even be a creative idea, but you didn't think you could afford to do it. You can actually. You'll discover that if you go over your budget, okay? Hold fast to your dreams at this time, Sagittarius. Don't give up on any dreams. You are capable of intense, prolonged, focused energy. Embrace your passion. You will triumph. You are the archer. You are focus with a capital F. Once Sagittarius has something in its sights, you will hyper-focus. Y'all hyper-focus on something. And you can do this for a prolonged period of time. You need to intensely focus your energy on what you're passionate about and what you want to happen. Don't let go of a dream. You just need to have tenacity, and it will be intense, okay? But don't let go of it. Also, there's some things you need to surrender. You guys got some tough cards this week. First of all, surrender your ego is coming out. Your ego may get the better of you at this time. And this is something that all fire signs have to deal with. You represent ego and healthy ego fulfillment for us. So you have a special relationship with your ego. You're going to learn some important lessons from and about and with your own ego. And it's coming up for you this week, okay? Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. I'm hearing, see, y'all don't have the ego problems that some of the other fire signs do sometimes. I'm hearing that someone else's ego may get under your skin, and you're like, did you people forget I was a fire sign? Sit down. You and your crappy little ego bullshit can sit down. You may be able to show others this week what you can do with humility, furthering goals, and gratitude. That's actually fuel for your healthy ego, right? You have an opportunity to show that, prove that to yourself and to other people this week. Also, Sag, this isn't like you. But you're a little bit of a negative Nancy this week. Something's ticking you off. I can see it. We've got like the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords down here. You're like, rah! I should be able to do all of this. Sagittarius, you're a human being. You're not a cyborg, for crying out loud. I am hearing that you guys are beating yourself up about something. You're blaming yourself for something. You're taking on all the problems. What are you, Aries now? Let them do that. Okay, let Aries do that, okay? They take themselves very seriously. They'll be like the captain that goes down with their ship. You guys aren't like that typically. I feel like you're responsible for everything right now and you're being hard on yourself. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So watch out for like mental filtering where like you push out of your awareness all things positive and only hyper focus on the negative. Maybe you feel like you're responsible for everything. That's not doing you any good, Sag. So if you have negative thoughts this week, just like ask yourself, what are these negative thoughts doing to help me? Why am I thinking these negative thoughts? Do I want to keep thinking these negative thoughts? What action can I take to stop the negative thoughts from going away? Or is my negative thinking just this fucked up, hyper-vigilant way of feeling more in control? Don't do that either. That's not good for you. So challenge your own ego, challenge your own negative thoughts this week. Any of you that are struggling with doing a little too much of something, oh, you need to set limits. Okay. I have surrender to addiction at the bottom of the deck, but I also notice setting limits. So some of you are doing too much of something and you need to set some limits on yourself. You need to parent yourself. You need to give yourself loving discipline, loving control. No one else is going to do that for you. You got to be your own mommy and daddy right now because you're doing maybe a little too much of something. And it might be just negative thinking. You might just be looping. So when you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, overworking, or overthinking something, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthy alternatives. This might just speak to like a maladaptive coping mechanism. You know, this thing that we do that helps us deal with something. And it works like a charm, but it's just awful for us, right? Which is why day drinking and going to work is unacceptable. The drinking might help you get through the day, but yeah, no, don't. Is there a healthy alternative to something that you've been doing to help you cope? Because it might be somewhat of an addictive pattern. Of course, you might not experience this week. This just might be a theme that you strongly notice in others this week. Think about the positive impact that you can have on them, and help them. Protection is coming out for you from the wisdom of the Tao. Mount Tai, Earth. Uncertainty does lurk around you, but you are shielded by the powerful energy of heaven's light. The happy birds sing you a message of hope. Feel safe. Have no worries. Mount Tai, the most ancient mountain, is here to support and protect you. Okay? You're worrying too much. Be hopeful. Have hope. Yes, there's uncertainty. So if any of you are dealing with uncertainty, all of us are dealing with uncertainty on Earth. It's because of the way we perceive time. The future is scary for us, especially when shit went down in the past, and it's creating this feeling of uncertainty for you now. The heavens are smiling upon you. The birds bring a message of hope. You're safe. It's okay. You know the truth. You already know the truth. The root cause of these obstacles have finally crystallized in your mind. Be inspired, not afraid by your new outlook, okay? You have everything you need to succeed. Action and discipline are required. Stop procrastinating. Okay, some of y'all are afraid to do something. You're afraid to do something. And maybe your shadow ego is coming in to actually hold you back. Like, no, you're actually not good enough. You actually suck. Here, have another drink. Yeah, you're like, no, I know what's really going on here. You're going to have some epiphanies this week, and they might be a little disillusioning and make you a little afraid, but the new outlook will help you, okay? You have what you need to succeed. All you just need to do is do the damn thing, okay? You're not out of resources. You just need discipline. If you want to achieve your goals, turn discipline into a hobby. The end. There's procrastination happening. Just be a little bit better about that. Lists and structure are your friend. Now, typically that's not Sagittarius's friend. Y'all need a lot of room. typically. Maybe this week you do need a little bit more structure, okay? Also, your intuition is razor sharp right now, okay? Trust your instincts. You have a clear vision of things to come and you are being guided. Continue to use the sense of future direction for your current path. Unfold your spiritual acumen and be open to needed changes. You're going in the right direction. So you're going in the right direction, Sag. You just might need to tweak the GPS a little bit. And y'all are good at that because you will not take the hardest path. No, there's no point to taking the most difficult road. Take the easier road. It's okay to take a shortcut or two, but keep going in the direction that you're going, okay? Be flexible. Be willing to change on a dime slightly how you're doing something, okay? Have the new outlook. You're safe. You're safe to move forward, okay? You have good intuition right now. I pulled out one of my human design decks. They said you needed a human design message, and the message that came out for you is a profile, which is a role that we play in society. Human design 101, based on where the sun was exactly at the moment of your birth, and based on where the sun was just a few months before your birth, you have these archetypal energies that guide you and cause you to show up and play a specific role when you're in most circumstances in life. So this is a profile, and it's the 5-1, which is the Savior Investigator. So if you're a 5-1 profile in human design, this is really for you. Even if you're not, this is the profile, the role you're going to play this week, most likely. Okay. I love the way it's described, the Savior Investigator. Also, sometimes the heretical investigator. This is a transpersonal kind of energy. The 5-1 has their 5th line Savior aura consciously in their personality. And the combination of the conscious savior in the mind and the investigator in the body makes this type arguably the most seductive of all 12 profiles. So you're going to be very seductive this week. People are going to come to you. Everybody comes to the goddamn line 5s. I live with 2, 3, 5s. And they literally are the saviors to the whole world. They have to have really good boundaries. So a lot of people are going to come to you this week if they feel like you can help them in some way. Okay. The 5-1s generate a great deal of positive expectation immediately when entering into the projection field of others. Because of their prominence as a conscious 5th line, the 5-1 is most likely the profile to be called out as a stranger of consequence to solve a problem or lead a group or a solution. So you're going to be the answer girl or the answer guy this week. People are going to turn to you and go, thank God you're here. Thank God for you. Thank God Sagittarius is here. The whole thing is falling apart and going to shit. We expect you to fix it for us. You're our saint. You're our savior. Yeah, it's all on you. You might be thrust into leadership roles, but you're going to have a different take on things. 5th lines experience the burned at the stake reaction from other people. This reaction occurs when those who felt their expectations were not met by you are then angry at you and blame you for failing. Yeah, so everyone's going to come to you this week and rely on your foundation of knowledge. And they're going to expect you to solve all their problems. Don't let people do that. Make sure you get credit for your work. Make sure you're very clear about what people expect you to lead them to do or fix for them. You're not a fixer, you're a teacher. You're a gentle karmic mirror this week, Sagittarius. Okay? People that put you up on a pedestal for fixing something for you will knock you off the pedestal if you don't meet their expectations. So make sure, Sag, that people have very clear, rational, acceptable, plausible expectations of you. Don't let people tell you that you need to rescue them from a hurricane or something. Like, just be like, dude, I only have one boat, okay? Why don't you know how to swim? Whatever somebody comes to asks you for help with this week, Sag, that is the very thing that those people or that person needs to learn how to do for themselves. And your presence in their aura will teach them that. But first, they're going to want you to fix it for them. You have a lot of foundational knowledge that can be shared right now as well. The first line investigator in the body seeks a foundational knowledge to provide stability for you. The 5-1 for the 5-1, this foundation is made all the more important by the huge emphasis placed upon them to be a savior or a problem solver. Without a solid foundation to provide a solution, the likelihood of being burned at the stake is even greater. So don't give people a solution unless you're certain it will work. Don't rush this week. Take your time. Collect all the data that you need. Get rid of what is irrelevant, antiquated, and old news. Because the line 1 investigator is like a editor-in-chief of Wikipedia. You're constantly updating knowledge, and you are like a foundation of knowledge that's filled with universal truth. The truth that we're all utilizing. So you're like Google for everybody this week. And if you don't provide them with the right solution, or you provide them with a solution that they don't get to take credit for, they might scapegoat you. Also, make sure people have really fair expectations of you this week. You are not here to rescue everyone. This is a week to notice what needs to change. And it's a week to solidify and continue to secure foundational knowledge before you build upon it. Take that as it resonates for you. Your catalyst or your challenge will be intimacy and creating it with others. This is about mating and sexuality and reproduction and friction. This is about a channel of mating. And it's the only channel that connects the emotion center, the solar plexus, to the sacral center. Listen to what it says. An individual whose aura breaks through boundaries and creates a feeling of safety and intimacy that promotes the spark of creation, generating a safe space for creativity ranging from work partnership to art to children. This channel is the only direct link between the passionate emotion center and the sacral fuel. This powerful combination of energy makes it the most fertile and reproductive channel in your entire energy body, because it's connecting those two chakra centers together. Although this is a very fertile channel, it does not determine that those who have it must have children or reproduce anything. It does, however, create a safe space for creation. This is highly beneficial in business environments as well as creative environments. Making another feel familiarity and safety is what fosters the trust for creation. So, this is your superpower this week, Sagittarius. Spirit seems to think that whether or not you have this channel of energy active in your energy body or not, you are still required to embody it. So try, okay? Just try. Right now, you will feel safer to create, and others will feel safer to create if there's something familiar that helps everybody feel safe. So foster intimacy. Don't run away from friction. It's part of what gets a spark going. A little bit of tension, a little bit of sexual energy, that creates something powerful and magnetic. You have the ability to create this week. You have the ability to reproduce more of what has already been created. So you're going to be asked to fix things, okay? Make sure you do your fact checking first. And if you feel good being the savior and saving the day, just make sure that you're getting credit for that. And you're going to help with production and reproduction this week, Sag, by focusing on what creates emotional safety and also excitement between yourself and others. Don't be afraid of a little tension, okay? Also, watch out for, so there's something that you need to know about this channel. Sometimes the people that have it can sort of attract those bad boys, femme fatale, boys and girls. Watch out for attracting someone to you that wants you to fix and rescue them. This may also lead to an accidentally inappropriate connection or relationship or sexual attraction. You are very sexy right now. You're very sensual right now because of both of these things, because of the 5-1 archetype showing up and influencing you, and because of the channel of mating showing up. You're very seductive this week to other people. Okay, so watch out for inappropriate communication or relationships, in particular in the workplace or with like a married coworker or friend or neighbor, something like that. Because someone might fall in love with you this week just because you help them with something, and it may or may not be appropriate. But you may have to be a little, not unethical, you may need to do something that you typically wouldn't do to get someone to open up. It's not unethical. It's just a little different. It's just a little different. You may need to get a little closer to someone than you typically would. Just watch out that you're not being inappropriate, or that they're not being inappropriate. Okay, they're telling me to let it go. Tarot, some different messages came out. First messages that came out for the beginning of this week is the 6 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. You're moving on from something and you still need some rest. If any of you have been unwell, you're getting better, but you're still on the mend. Chill out, okay? You need to rest. I'm listening to see if anything more is coming. You still need to rest. You're still working through something. A little bit of mental stress. Take it easy on yourself, okay? Like your white blood count in every sense of the word is not pitch perfect yet, okay? Like you're still, like your immunity might be a little low, little stressed. And something will tick you off. You might be worried about family. You might be worried about money. You're worried about the past repeating itself. Because what followed this was the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. So it's like you tried to move on from something and get over it, but you're like, nah, every time I think about it, it freaking pisses me off, yo. There's going to be an irritation. Watch your temper. Watch your words. You're feeling a little feisty this week. You're feeling a little bitey. You may feel like you need to get the last word with something here. You're ticked off. You may feel like someone's beaten you at something, or you're just ticked. And I think you're ticked because, like, look how he's like scratching his head, and it's like you're trying to find a solution to something, but you just keep getting trapped in your head. There may be a solution to a problem that you are a little afraid to tap into. You're like, no, I don't want that to be the problem. And I also don't want the solution to be what I think it is either. No, face the real problem and accept the real solution. I'm hearing someone go, nope, that's not going to happen. Okay, fine. You can be rigid, but you're going to be sorry. I'm hearing some of you are being rigid and being like, nope, that's never going to happen. All right, well, then stop fucking whining about it and get out of your head. Like if you won't open up to a new solution, that's how you're going to feel. Sorry. But I can see why, because it has to do with like family, because we have the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. So this looks like family hurting, family pain. Some of you wish you had more to give. Some of you feel like you might have been cheated out of something too, and it really hurts. Like I see you looking at something and feeling like, I was cheated out of that. I was robbed of that, and that hurts me. I don't have the resources that other people have right now, and I'm ticked off about that. I wish something was different. I wish something was different for you too, but it's just kind of not right now. You do have to be careful with resources, but be careful of imagining worst case scenarios, because for some of you, this isn't happening and it hasn't happened. You might just be being hyper vigilant about something, and it could have to do with a painful ending involving family, maybe even children and money. I'm hearing something like suddenly not being able to afford something that you could before and you're really worried about it. I'm also hearing some of you are very political right now. Like you're very worried about the system, your community, children, families. I'm hearing some of you say, why didn't our local government allot for that? Like we needed those funds to go here for these people. And I'm mad. And God damn it, I really want to be the change that I see in the world. Well, now's your chance. A lot of people will need your help. Or if it's not that, it might not be that global. It might be more internalized. There's a lot of internalization that you're doing with your stress. Is there anyone that you can talk to about it? Try. Some of you are working through something all by yourself. Must you? Can you get help? Maybe feeling like you don't have a lot of support right now. I feel like you're going to keep a lot to yourself and you are going to turn it around by the end of the week because the response to this is temperance. Hi, there you are. And the 8 of Cups. Like, fuck this. I'm just leaving it all behind. And I wanted to know what that was. And I have the King of Wands, the Hanging Man, and the 10 of Pentacles. The Sun is at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot. You know where you're going. You know what? I think that by the end of the week, you're going to be like, a shift in attitude is all that I needed. I'm in control. King of Wands, Sagittarius is king. You're in king energy. I'm in control. I'm going to radically accept the things that I cannot change. And I have the wisdom to know what I can and can't change. And I do see that I am rich in different ways. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like with this 4 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups, it's like, some of you feel like crappy about like your ability as a provider or something. And you just need to see your dividends and your karmic empire from a different point of view. You know, you just do. Like I'm rich and I'm abundant in different ways. And I see that now. And I see that clearly. You may also just decide to give up and let something go with another person. Another person may feel this way about you because some of you have it all. You had to really shift your perception of yourself and your life in order to see just how much abundance you truly have. And you're very happy and you're calm, cool, and collected. And that shift in perspective about your stability and your abundance and your ability to control it all and be a good leader in your own life caused you to, this will cause you to walk away from the mental torture that you might have been putting yourself through. And physical torture as well. I'm also hearing that someone might resent you for something, and it may involve money and family. That is not your problem. That is theirs. You can't rescue them if they won't let you in. Okay? Make love, not war this week. They're pulling back and they're telling me to stop. All right, Sag, those are your messages. I hope it resonates and I hope it helps. Other than that, I'll see you here next week. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Sag. Take care. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time.